It's me, Renee, and today we're here, gathered around the big fireplace that we call BookTube. Right now it's a fireplace. Fireplace, no fireplace. Gather around the table. Today we're going to get serious about serious. So, you know what? I'm going to talk about how my series reading is going. The last time I did one of these was last January, January of this year. And then I talked mainly about how my series of 2026 to 2025 had been going, my series reading, and also my plans of this year. So I felt like halfway through the year, kind of appropriate time to take a look. Have I started some series? Have I continued series? Have I finished some series? Spoiler alert, I have done all of the above. So, my goal for starting series, which is where I'm going to start at the beginning, ha ha ha. My goal was to start 5 series. Sorry, start 10 series because what am I doing? I'm dodging all the balls, all the series hitting at me. Because honestly, I feel like more like 95% of the books out there are either companion books or they're direct series. Like they're direct, no, like they're, it's a direct sequel or prequel to another book. I feel like all the books are like that, which this is like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I like when you have more books in the same universe. When you see books from the other books, from the last book in this book. When you commit characters that will show up in the next book. I love that. But yeah, that also means that starting series is quite easy. At least if you count companion series, which I have decided to do. And also nowadays, like I read quite a lot of romance, and in romance books, there's not really that many non-companion series. If you want to read non-companion series, like where it's like a big arc, I would say that's something you find more in crime books or fantasy books, which I don't really read crime. Fantasy, I do still read now and then, uh, but not so much. Not so much as earlier, but I still read it, and yeah, that's kind of where you find the villain was escaped in the second book, but he gets taken down in the third book when it all is resolved. So yeah, that's not really something you see in romance books, but you still see different people in the same friend group, same family, etc., etc. So yeah, I'm gonna mention some of the books, some of the series that I started this year. Though yeah, I have ended up like all of these are the names, and then there's lots of more that I have started. So yeah, I love them. And also I need to kind of think because there's some books that I've read that part of the series that I'm not sure I'm gonna read more in the series of. So I decided not to count those books. So yeah. So first we have Momentito. Momentito. Under Midnattssolen of Kaja Nylund, which is the first in Familien Frost, the Frost family. I started. I finished this book yesterday, as of filming this. And also, this is going up on the same day, so yeah. This, as you might have guessed, is a Norwegian series. It's a Norwegian historical fiction companion series. I wouldn't say it's really historical romance because there's romance, yes, but I wouldn't really say that the romance is the main thing. I feel like the main thing is kind of the characters. Yes, this book ended up with a couple happily together, so I suppose in that way it's a romance. But I feel like if you're gonna say all books where two people end up happily together are romances, I feel like that's wrong because romances has to like have the romance as the A plot. I don't really think that's what's happens here. Like, there's a big romance plot, yeah, but I feel like that's more the B plot, really. So So yeah, I started this one. This is the first in the series. It's a family series. I believe the siblings are six, yeah, around there. So I'm not sure if every single sibling is gonna get their own story because like some of the characters are already married. I suppose there could be like a marriage in trouble book. I don't know, but yeah, I did start this book most recently. Then we have also have The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa, which I read some weeks ago now. Time flies. I think I read it 1 ago, 2 ago. Yeah, around there. It's the first in duology, but I just read the first one, so yeah, counting it as started a series. And then we have Gamblers of Craven or Dreaming of You by Lisa Kleypas. Dreaming of You is a Derek Craven book, in other words, which is the second book in the Gamblers of Craven series. Well, duology. I am reading right now the first book, which I can't remember the name of. That's where it is. Then Came You. Then Came You is the first book in the series, which is this book, or the one that I have the cover of. I'm not really loving this cover, honestly, but yeah. But yeah, I'm reading it at the moment, but I haven't finished it. So right now, I'm not counting it as a series finished. Though, by the end of the year, that probably will be on that list, I'm thinking. Moved to that list. Then we have Gloria Duke's Merman, or There's Something Fishy About My Boyfriend series, which is the first in a series. I don't know how long that's gonna be, but it did say in the afterword that Gloria Duke is going to write more in that series, in that world. So there's at least going to be one more book, and that's the extent of my knowledge there. So that first book, I have mixed feelings about it, but I did enjoy it enough that I kind of want to read more in that series. So yeah, I'm counting it as like starting a series because, as I said, I don't really want to talk about books where I've read the book, but I don't really want to continue a series. It's like, well, why would I have it on a list then? I'm not gonna do that. I suppose some people might be perfectionists and also mention those books. I'm not gonna do that. I've read so much, so yeah. And then we have The Palace of Rogues by Julianne Long, which is a historical romance series, a historical romance with, I would say most of the books have a mystery element to them. The one I'm reading at the moment, which is the fourth book, third, the third book, third or fourth, yeah. Yeah, I haven't really gotten that far into it, but also I haven't really gotten to the mystery part of it. But I feel like it's likely it's a mystery in there as well. So yeah. And yeah, I'm doing those on audio and very much enjoying them. I do have one of them as physical, so yeah, now you know that. But yeah, very much enjoying those. And then in addition to those five, there's 15 more actually I have started. So yeah, quite a few, quite a few. Then we have series I have continued. So first we have the Belwars Library by Alexander Vasti, as in the Earl. Uh, like yeah, but yeah, I'm gonna stay with me. Dome. Back. So it's this series. Never Duke Well, Earl's Crush, Halifax Hellions. So this is like the prequel stories. Never Duke Well, which I read last year, and Earl's Crush. So I read these two this year, and then I still have a Ladies in Hating to go, which will have made me complete the series. But yeah, right now I've just continued it. So read these two so far this year, and yeah, I enjoy them in different ways. I still kind of think maybe this is my favorite book in the series, but I also, yeah, I enjoy them all in different ways, really, I would say. So yeah, that series. And then also I read where are you? Yeah, and you. I read the second book in the series. Sorry, second book. I read the first book in the series. This is second, A Big Fat Fake Marriage. The first one being When Grumpy Met Sunshine. Uh, so yeah, I've started this book series halfway through it because I read this one first. Uh, so yeah, can do that. I have the third book. I haven't gotten far in it, but I have it. And then we have The Great Dating Fake Off by Olivia Hart, which I've done on audio. And yeah, love that one. It's a companion series. I didn't really catch the places where it connected to the other book, but I don't know. According to Storygraph, it connected, so I'm counting it, okay? I am. Then we have Scandal and Scoundrel by Sarah McLean. I read the second book, yeah, second book in that series, which is Ascot in the Dark. Yeah, Ascot in the Dark. And yeah, very much like that one. Did I on audio way back in March or something. Very much enjoying that. Enjoying going further through Sarah McLean's backlist. Oeuvre. I don't know, but yeah. Um, and then I put in bracket because it's like it's in continued, but also like it's also in part of like the up to date series. But yeah, I also read A Language of Dragons by I can't remember the name, but yeah, by someone. Uh, but that's in brackets because it's like the last book. It's the last published book in the series, so you cannot read anymore until the next book comes out next year. But also, it's the penultimate book because it's a trilogy. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. And I'm finished. I've finished The Winner Bakes It All by Alexis Hall, which is the Rosalind Palmer Takes a Cake, Paris Delacourt book, and then also the last one is like out. But yeah, I've read all of those now. I would say honestly right now I feel like the first one is definitely the best one. I could say read the other ones, but I would say for me I could kind of just say like buy the first one, read the other ones if you want to, because at least that's the one that I enjoyed most. Then we have Joe Segura's The Lost Crusade. It's the last of her archaeologist series. She has said in an interview that she's going to do more like action adventure romances, but her new book coming out next year will be about journalists figuring stuff out. So it's not like Indiana Jones, it's like journalist figuring stuff out. Though, I mean, kind of the same style, but like a different profession, you know? And then we have Løfter i Sand, which is a Norwegian series. It's one talked about before. It's historical romance. It takes place during the last part of the Danish time because we were under Denmark for many years. And yeah, it's a very good series. And then we also have Moment. The Storm Runner series, which I finished this year. I read the last book in April. Yeah, around April. And wow, what a last book. And what a series. Definitely recommend it. I think on series. If not, remind me to do it because I'm done going to do that. Going to do that. Uh, and then we have the Up to Date series. So here again, I'm going to talk about A Language of Dragons, which I didn't mention before. The second is in its trilogy, and the third book doesn't come out until next year. I've read the first two books, so I'm up to date in the series. There's no short stories or whatnot I haven't read in that one. Those was I don't know if you should count short stories when you talk about stuff like this, when you count something that's like this. I don't know. Up to you really. But yeah. And then we have Girl Meets Duke by Tessa Dare, which I read three out of the so I read two out of the three that's out, and then I read the last one last year, and then I read the third one this year. The third one is called Girl Meets Duke, and it's by Tessa Dare, who sadly has been sick for some years. We don't because it's like if you go online, it says that the fourth book is coming out this year. But if you go to Amazon, it says that the fourth book is coming out this year. We know what it's going to be about because it's part of the series. But also, the author hasn't said anything official. It's just like Amazon claiming it's coming out this year. So if it's coming out or not, we're not sure. Some people think maybe they're like kind of retired in general. I don't know if she's like completely retired, but at least she's taking a break. Her last book came out in 2019. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna read more of her backlist because I've kind of very much gotten into her writing and whatnot. So yeah. But yeah, that's how that is really. So yeah, I would say uh my series reading is not bad really. I have finished quite a few. Well, to be precise, I have finished four series, and my goal is to finish five series. And I believe that's not really going to be that difficult to do. Like I have some series where, well, I have some that I need to get up to date to. But then we have for example, we have uh the Kate McKillen book, which I've started second book, and the third book comes out this year, so I suppose I could also count that one for that. I believe you have some series. I just need to finish one book to finish. Okay, I haven't quite remembered how it's going right there at the moment. Maybe I don't have that many that I need to finish with one book. I believe I do. Yeah. Do the ladies in hating. Yeah, if I do the ladies in hating, then I will finish that one at least. And also Puzzle Rogues, most probably I'm thinking. Yeah, I know it's not really gonna be an issue. All the books out there, it's not really a big issue. I feel like, and this has been a very good book year for me. Getting to find lots of nice authors, new series, continued with series. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Hoping that you also enjoy your reading year and that you have found some very good series and that you've finished some series. And yeah, talk to me in the comments. Bye.